I use heavy cream instead of like half and half or stuff like that in my coffee.
Do you pour it on your desserts?
You know, I don't really eat a lot of desserts that would work
it?
as that. Yeah.
Now, I know, Jay, this is really for you, because I know that you like the, I'm going to just say, this is really for you.
Meat
It
pies.
looks. These aren't meat pies. They're
not
nut meat pies.
They're nut meat pies.
They're vegan.
These ones are vegan. But, so, and normally I heat these up, but you can have them cold.
Now, what kind of nut meat is this? It looks delicious.
That's good. Wow.
It's good.
I was speechless.
It's fruity.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of a British Christmas pudding a little bit, or fruitcake.
I love the
A little bit
texture of this.
a little
It's
bit
like
of-
Very
it's like
crisp.
a la mode, but without the cold ice cream. It's just heavy cream.
but
It's delicious, Tom. Just trust us on this.
It's really tasty, and I like.
I can tell by
I
looking
like
at it.
the
It's
crust.
really good.
I like the crust better than the normal pie crust.
It's
because
crispy.
it's like a shortbread crust, like the cookie. So
Yeah, very
you
good.
can see why we get these sent over from England.
I think this has dates in it.
Now, is there a rum? I taste the rum.
Sorry, every Christmas item has some bit of. It normally has cognac in it.
Ah, that's it.
That's it. But you can't get a British Christmas without a little bit of booze in it.
Whatever it takes to stay warm over there, right?
But it has.
It's added for the
pork.
flavor, though. It bakes out.
Yeah, it bakes
alcohol.
out.
This
It's
is
not-
so good. I
it
could
is.
eat like 10 of these.
Well, I have more over here, so you guys can.
We got to make sure Steve O'Mickey Mac
Yes,
tries one.
Yeah, he can have one too, but very good. So we get these and keep them all year round. The mince pies.
Dynamite.
Now, is there a place that we can order them?
I don't know, but London Calling has mince pies. They don't have the shortbread crust, which is just a slightly but they've just gotten finished with their Christmas pies. So
Well, it's such
Yeah.
a equal part of it, though. The crust is really an important part of this, anyway.
yeah, and that's what I love about it. So mince pies from England, you got to try it if you're over there during Christmas time, or
You can probably order it online
Yeah,
somewhere.
you probably
Just put mince pie, nut meat pie.
just keep talking while I finish my pie.
So
I'm saying try that cranberry, right?
it's got cranberry. It has to have date in it or something.
Give me the box.
It's so delicious, and the texture of the crust, I can't even really explain it. It's buttery. It's almost like shortbread.
That's what shortbread cookies.
I know. I was just trying to be funny. My comedic bone's not working very well today, apparently. Well, the
and
whole
this-
Democrat comment.
We'll just sit here shocked and slightly embarrassed.
And this brand is,
Tesco.
so if you're looking for it, it's Tesco, Tesco,
Which is-
Tesco Finest.
Yeah.
And it's all butter pastry mince pies.
Well, yeah. So very good.
Very
Well-
well balanced and complex.
Yeah.
I'd like you to
Flavors.
take that over
Excellent.
to that side of the room.
Yes, because we'll eat. I can see where it'd be easy to eat like all 6 of those in one
Yeah,
setting.
It is. It really is.
I could
So-
shove a whole one in my
These would
face.
disappear in one day in my house.
Huh?
They would disappear in one day in my house.
Yeah,
1 hour.
exactly.
What are you kidding? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Here's a spoon.
Yeah.
That
I think
is
I have an extra
amazing,
plate.
and they're beautiful too.
They are
Yeah.
beautiful. They're lovely.
Oh, and this says right on here, suitable for vegetarians.
Yep, suitable for
Yep.
vegetarians.
But probably not suitable for somebody that's diabetic.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the carbohydrates. That's why.
Very sweet.
well, there went my diet
That's
for today,
not
but that's all
mine.
right. Since I ruined my diet, I'm going to at least eat half of another one.
Right.
You know,
That's awesome.
And
You
then
have to balance it out.
yeah, and
Right,
start
right.
over again you know,
Yes.
later.
Yeah, better try again. Yeah.
But that's very delicious. Thank
Well,
you for bringing it.
Thank you for being at the table with us. We love to have
And exotic.
Matt and Jay around the table. Have
Isn't
our
that isn't that
imported
what that means?
imported food.
Yeah,
Yes,
exotic.
exactly. I like to
You
have.
want to take
my
this out of
taste
your hands? Off
testers.
your hands?
Well, I'll just put
Thank
it back
you
in
so
her.
much.
Yeah,
over here.
no, that's all right. Well, we're excited to get our next guest on the line.
Yes.
And my friend Marilyn Robertson, Marilyn
Boy,
Luce
quite
Robertson.
I looked at the magazine
Yes.
last night that she did. I was checking that out online, so we'll tell folks about that.
Yes, she just now finished the Top Gun, the 50th anniversary commemorative edition of the Navy Top Gunner. So
Yeah, and
give
you
her
can
a
see
little-
while you're dialing her up, you can find this. It's really an exciting magazine. TopGun50.com.
Yes, TopGun50.com.
Hello.
Good morning, Marilyn. This is Amber.
Good morning.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for coming on Something to Celebrate again with us.
Well, you're welcome.
We just got through eating British mince pies, so I know we've
Ooh.
attempted that before, you and I, for Christmas celebrations. But we are excited that you're here to talk about this amazing project that you just did as the editorial director. She's the editorial director for Choctaw Press. Tell us a little bit about this new Top Gun book.
Okay. Well, it was commissioned to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Top Gun training program in the Navy.
Yes.
And it was started during the Vietnam War, and it really just started to turn the tide, because what they decided to do with Top Gun is, basically they took some of the most experienced, best pilots and brought them together, and they created a training curriculum. And then they would bring in pilots, kind of the best of the best, and actually kind of train them to be teachers and go back to their squadrons and disseminate that education and experience amongst the other pilots.
Wow.
So it just really helped to share the expertise and experience and professionalism of these really super talented pilots. Of course,
Yes.
to be a pilot in the Navy, you have to be talented anyway.
Yes.
But
I like,
some people just have a little extra
yeah.
edge, and they're able to share that.
You know, it's amazing because even the Top Gun movies coming out again, and I didn't realize that until I saw that movie. I know that the movie doesn't actually represent the brass of what it is to be a Top Gun, but I was like, how skilled do you have to be to go on these different maneuvers and be able to, take on different, G-forces and ups, I'm like, how do they learn? How do they get skilled enough to do some of these maneuvers? Is pretty intense.
Right.
What is maybe something that you learned doing your research that you thought, oh, wow, this is very interesting, something I didn't, know before?
Well, something that I found especially interesting was when I was doing research for the article in the book regarding the history of the program. And they basically started with no funding
Wow.
whatsoever, like zero.
Wow.
And and so several of them were gathered on a base in California, and according to legend, so to speak, um, they found like an empty storage container,
Wow.
and they got a hold of somebody who was like a heavy machinery operator, and basically traded some liquor and cigarettes to have him transport the empty shipping container onto the base, and that's what they had to use for their office at school.
Wow.
Because there was no available space and there was no money.
Wow. Wow.
So I thought, you know, from what humble beginnings, you know, came this great tradition in, you know, the U.S. Navy, and, you know, how far they've come. It was just, I was really surprised.
That's amazing. You would think that, you know, and right now it seems like, I mean, that part of the military is I mean, it's just, I'm sure that, you know, when it comes to like planes and learning how to be trained like that, that costs, you know, millions of dollars, you know, to keep these, and for them to start out with nothing, that is amazing. Now, one little insider question: do all of the Top Gun schools have a sand volleyball court?
I did not come across that information.
Now that's a
during
deep
my
question right
research,
there.
but I'll see what I can do to find out.
Because I have this visual, what the Top Gun movie did for us as children of the 80s. And is there anyone named Maverick? That's the thing, Maverick and Iceman. You know, that is those.
I did come across someone who was named Maverick.
Okay.
I don't know about Iceman, though.
That is awesome.
I don't know.
Well, we're looking at it online, and you can actually access. Tom had said, you know, Tom is Top Gun. Can you give us that address again?
TopGun50.com.
A lot of interesting things, and even a letter from the former George W. Bush Sr., the last letter that he composed. Tell us a little bit about his connection.
It was his last letter, the last official document.
Wow. Tell us a little bit about why he was in that book.
Well, the late President Bush, at one time, he was the youngest fighter pilot in the Navy.
Wow.
And
I did not know that.
yeah, he was highly decorated and had even been shot down.
Wow.
And rescued at sea. Yeah, quite the young hero he was.
I would not even know that. Did you know he was
I did
shot
not know
down?
that. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
he was shot down, and he enlisted on his 18th birthday.
Wow. What an incredible story. And I'm sure there's a lot of these historical type information that we could find in this book.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through it right now, even as we're talking, and it is just full of incredible information and history and great pictures of some of the just amazing aircraft.
Yeah. And
Yeah, the photographs are amazing.
Yes.
They're beautiful and awesome in the truest sense of the word. They you know, it makes you kind of respond with awe when you see a photograph of a plane literally breaking the sound barrier, and you think of the men and women who are, you know, our military fighters and pilots who you know,
do that.
go through all of this training. You know, they go through a lot.
Yes.
To
Physically,
defend our
mentally,
country.
and physically and mentally, and just, I mean, how much courage does that have to get up in a plane and fight some of these dog
Yeah, and I
fights
was
and-
excited to see this, Amber. this celebration and this magazine had a cousin. I have a cousin, Dion Gig, out in California, who was a Top Gun.
Oh, wow.
And when he was done with, went to the Air Force Academy. When he was done with his career, went on to fly for Delta.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yep. So
That's cool.
Now, Marilyn, you said that this is actually available to veterans.
Yes, it's available for free online in the ebook form.
Oh, wow.
For all veterans. You know, Choctaw Press is a veteran-owned and operated publishing house.
Wow.
And they love to support their fellow veterans, and so it is available in ebook form
Oh, wow.
for any veteran. And if they want, they can order an actual physical copy of the book. I'm not exactly sure how much that is, but that would be
Yes.
on the website.
So it's Choctaw, like chalk,
Yes,
CHOCTAW, ChoctawPress.com, and you can find all that info out there and about the book. And you're getting ready to actually work on another book for Choctaw. Give us a little bit of an overview of that.
Yeah, well, in the next year or so, we're going to be working on a book commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Blue Angels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I haven't really started my research on that yet, but I'm looking forward to the project, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And I think it's really cool because here is my friend from college, and she's here right in Springfield, Missouri, and being able to kind of impact and tell the stories of our armed services, that's really exciting. Thank you, Marilyn, for sharing with us today.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
And we'll put all the information about the book in the comments below, and you can look at the digital copy. It's really amazing. Thank you, and have a great day.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
You guys have a great day too.
Bye bye.
yeah, I'd encourage
Bye-bye.
everybody to check it out online, and then if there's a way to purchase it, do it.
Yes.
Do it. I mean,
It
this is an
supports-
amazing, just an amazing publishing house dedicated to veterans.
Yes.
And what a great way to celebrate 50 years of Top Gun.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to
The real Top
Blu-ray.
Gun.
The real, the real Top Gun. Too bad. I think every Top Gun school needs a sand volleyball pit.
Yes.
Well, do you have a quick natural solution while I'm
I
getting the
do.
next one on
While
the
you're
line?
dialing up there, Aronia is the new superfood. Aronia berries are extremely high in antioxidants. That's a good thing. It's a good source of antioxidant vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin E, beta-carotene, and folate, and minerals like potassium, iron, manganese. 100 grams of berries provide about 35% of daily recommended levels of vitamin C. So Aronia helps regulate blood sugar, colon health. It improves blood pressure, promotes healthy weight, reduces oxidized LDL cholesterol, and improves muscle tone and recovery from physical activity for all of you who are exercise freaks out there.
Yeah.
So Aronia is available at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
That's awesome. Well, our next guest I'm going to get on the line, I'm really excited about this because I've been working with them for about a year on their new book project, rom-com, that is called Off Script and Overcaffeinated.
Yes.
And working on their merchandising, so working on some of
I
their...
saw the cool cup.
Isn't it cute? Yeah, that was If I Speak with the Tongue of Men and Angels. And I had a lot of fun staining all the merchandise with coffee because coffee stains just make it look better. So I have a lot of shirts out online on my merch site with coffee stains already on them.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about that.
There we go.
That's genius.
So if you just spill something on it, you're
Spill
good.
more on it. Yeah,
It's like
it's
buying
so
pants
exciting.
that look dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to get Kaylee on the line. She's just a pill, and she is an
Wonderful
award-winning author and speaker and ninja star. I love her.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Kaylee, this is Amber.
Hey, how's it going, Amber?
Well, it's going great, and welcome to Something to Celebrate.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, well, I was showing off I'll have to show it off, my off-script mug, off-script and over-caffeinated mug I brought to the set today.
Yes.
I'm
man.
still awaiting my copy of the book and journal.
Oh, yeah.
So tell your mom to send me one. Yes.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kaylee, I love this girl. I love her mom. I love this girl. In fact, you guys are kind of like photocopies of each other at certain times of
They
life.
are so cute.
They are cute. They're the cutest thing. But Kaylee has she is like cuteness on caffeine.
Yep.
Oh, good grief.
Well, tell us a little bit. Now, you had your last rom-com was called Turtles in the Road, and had some really great accolades for that, and award nominations and stuff like that. Tell us about the inspiration behind off-scripted, over-caffeinated, besides the most inspiring beverage ever, which is coffee. Exactly.
Right. All thanks goes to that hot bean drink. It's funny. Off-script really started. My mom had this great idea of just wanting to kind of spoof and play on a lot of the like TV Christmas movie tropes and just the predictability and the funny, like those scene beats that we all know so well. Like, okay, we can tell what's coming up next because this is happening now. And so her idea was just for all of these things to kind of play out, and then this main character be kind of horrified that like it was working on her and she was falling for this guy, and so she kind of had this idea and pitched it to me, and I loved the idea. I thought it was hilarious, but to me, I was like, okay, well, how are we going to write this and not make it come across as mean, or like as we're putting somebody down, or putting down these kind of movies or people who like them, because we enjoy them, frankly. So we kind of kicked that around and did some praying about it, and it actually just kind of evolved into this story with these characters who are actually, like, one of the main themes is about kindness and about loving people and about loving people who are different from you. So it really just became a way to honor, this idea of kindness, as love, while also really getting to enjoy some of the eye roll moments that we see on TV a lot.
Yeah, and you have some of the most hilarious one-liners, and I just love you. You just pull them off so Kaylee, you just pull them off so Kaylee. In fact, that's our new word of the day. That is so Kaylee.
That could just run across just a spectrum.
If that's not in the dictionary, it should be.
That would be an appropriate thing to say. Oh boy, positive or negative. Wow, that's a bit Kaylee.
Well, now, do you have now the off-script and over-caffeinated? Love the book. A lot of people are picking it up. It's had awesome traction. Tell us about, you guys are blowing up on Amazon, already nominated for an award.
Yeah, it's been insane. The book just launched December 20th. And we had just a terrific launch team of people who were so encouraging and so supportive of the project. And so right off the bat, we kind of saw it show up on some of the new release bestseller lists on Amazon for some humorous fiction category and a couple others, which is insane. And then we just got word a few days ago that it's a finalist for a notable book award for Southern Christian writers.
Wow, that's incredible.
We're kind of, our heads are spinning, and we're just really grateful and overwhelmed and having a fun time. We really like this project too. We just had such a fun time with it. So it's just really sweet to us people are enjoying it and finding meaning in it.
Yeah. Well, I was saying how much fun I've actually had with this project. And probably one of the most, not that I'm dissing anybody else, but this has been the fun project of the year, and being able to.
It's a very cool cover.
It is a real cool cover.
Oh yeah, it's definitely our favorite. We've had a ton of fun with just the cover and the art and getting it out there and the colors. Oh
yeah, well,
they did a great design.
Well, I was so excited to be involved in the project and watch it evolve, and just grow bigger and bigger. And I remember when Rhonda asked me if I was interested in doing this project, I said, just as long as I blow turtles out of the water. In a very kind, humane way, because I don't want any harm to come to turtles.
Yeah.
But how did this project kind of grow you as a writer from your previous work?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think I really enjoyed Turtles, and it was our debut novel. It was our first time writing a romantic comedy at all. And with this one, I feel like for me, I just poured a lot more of myself in it and some of my experiences and people that I know. A lot of the characters are pulled from people in my family, in a good way. If you look at the dedication, we dedicated it. Yeah, right. Yeah, all the jerks in the book are just jerks in milk. No,
the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
So it was really fun, just kind of crafting these people and making them familiar and pulling these things out of both of our hearts, and things that were important to us and things that we love and things that are ridiculous. So
yes.
As a writer, just trying to capture all that and get the voices, and
is
a lot of puns in there.
Is there a liner from the book that you took right out of one of your friends or family's mouths that you just
Careful now.
Or do you want to reveal that?
Well, the
or
the
yours.
character Ransom, yes. The character Ransom is really mostly based on my baby brother Daniel.
Oh.
He's just a wonderful person, and he's a friendly person, and but through there's a scene kind of at the end, and I won't give any spoilers, but he's running through the house with his little 1-year-old daughter, and he's just screaming "Rampage" at the top of his lungs as she's flailing around, and that's just literally things that happen. He was just here this morning, actually, dropping his baby girl off, and just as they just run together and kind of bounce off of things together.
Did he scream "Rampage"?
He didn't scream "Rampage." I need to tell him. This morning he didn't, but he could have. I'm sure he thought it.
Well, tell them if he does that on a regular basis at book signings, you can give him some honorarium from the sales. You need to have these people from your book just show up randomly at your thing, and you could just have a real acting out of off-script book signings.
We could though.
Yeah,
and we should. Why don't we?
I know. What character in the book do you most relate to, Kaylee?
Well, it's funny because I think Harlow, the main girl, probably has a lot of my, her voice sounds a lot like my voice to me. But it's really Jack who is our main guy. He's an introvert. He's kind of artsy, but in a quiet, kind of nerdy way. And sometimes he's just not really sure about people and about this, wild family that he finds himself caught up with. And he has this one line where he's doing some hiking, which he never wanted to do, but he's just kind of grappling with some things with the Lord. And at one point, and it's a Saturday, and he internally, he's just like, Saturdays are for reading, like not for doing things with people. And I feel that sometimes. Sometimes I'll find myself out doing something, and I'm like, this was a reading day.
This is reading
How
day.
is this a social day suddenly?
Yeah, no,
So-
that's we have. My daughters have well amalgamated days. She I have to check her schedule, make sure it's not reading day or playing online day with her friends. I mean, I'm like, I didn't know that there was all these extra days in the
Yep.
week
Right.
that you're not supposed
it's
to
real.
schedule anything else but that day. So I said, okay, put that on
Yes.
the calendar now, official, reading day official. I think,
Yes.
and that's Saturday.
That is important for living out the rest of the week in a healthy way.
Well,
Like, I need some downtime. I need a little time away from, the people who I love dearly. But you need some reading recharge time
well,
on that introvert scale.
yes, it's so true. Well, Kaylee, besides, she's amazing. She's like this ninja lady. Now the caffeine ninja. Kaylee, how did you get started in writing? I know your mom wrote, but it really just expanding your gift and knowing that this is something you're supposed to do.
Oh, that's a good question too. It really started very young for me. Like when I was a little kid, 8, 9, 10, I would write little plays for me and my sister to do. And that's the fun thing about growing up with, 4 siblings who are all pretty close in age to you.
Yes.
So thanks, Mom and Dad, for that. So you could do things like that, and
Yes.
have immediate feedback and just kind of grow some skills that way. And then through high school, creative writing became a big thing. I wrote some really bad novels in high school that you'll never see.
Hey, sometimes
but,
bad novels become bestsellers.
Right, yeah.
You need to rip some of those out.
Yeah, oh, man, let me look at my files real quick. I'll get right on that. But at the heart of it, I always just loved, for me, like writing fiction as a way to really talk about like the truths of God's word that were becoming real to me, like in that season of my life, which, and that's a big, you're always in some kind of season, like
Yes.
good or bad, or even just like when God, puts some certain, verse or passage or something, on your heart where it's like, okay, this is for this season. Like,
Yes.
how is God using this in my life? And then that translating into just fun story and showing people who love Jesus as real people is fun for me, because
That is awesome.
Christians aren't always represented super well.
Yes.
Like and people have had bad experiences with people, church people or people from, the Christian faith, and so kind of just showing them, at vulnerable points, or that they can be funny,
Yes.
or that they can be relatable, has always been one of my fave things.
Yes. And I like this that came out December 20th because it kind of frames up the year of, a lot of times after the holidays we get kind of caught up in, self-help and getting, fit or whatever. But sometimes we don't focus on the thing that we need the most is that time for a break, that time for laughter, that time for community around the coffee table. And this would be a great book to have with any group. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom and you have like teen kids, teen daughters, tweens who love to read, which I think that I'd love to be able to be on less screen time and more read time, because I know that it's amazing how much your eyes are strained because of the amount of so getting that paperback book, even though it's available on Kindle, getting that paperback book and getting it in your hands, getting it in the hands of your friends, and having some good coffee time and conversation and just laughing. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
I love it too. Thanks for saying that.
Well, Amber, one of the things that I find interesting is not only did Mom perhaps inspire her, because Mom was an author, but we have seen them work together on projects. And boy, that's a whole different, very interesting dynamic. How does that work?
Yes.
It's pretty fun. So, my mom and I have, like I told you, she is great with coming up with stories, and a lot of our creative process happens, just talking stuff out and kind of riffing on each other's ideas and building on things together, and being ridiculous people and drinking too much coffee and being too hyper. And so then we kind of have to, rein that in and get it into a more cohesive voice. So a lot of times I'll, take that and write something and kick it to her, and she'll be like, oh, I think that's funny. Or be like, oh, or you could, say this, and this would be even funnier, I think. And so it's really just this process of, kicking this little project back and forth between us, and trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah. I think one thing I really love about your mom, and I'm not just saying this because, I probably know she's probably listening to the podcast, is she likes to, she is a support in a lot of authors' work and kind of going up. How many books did she release this year? Probably about 1 million. No, I'm just kidding.
I think it was 1.5 million in 2019. Yeah.
And she does. She goes and she's a seasoned writer. She's a seasoned comedian, and she's just a seasoned support person for authors, and just really trying to tweak them and lift them up in their giftings. And I remember her writing when I put the book together, and she says, make sure Kaylee, her name is first on the book. And I thought, I love you, Mom.
What?
We love you, Rhonda.
She is the sweetest. We do love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. You're the best.
Thanks for raising me.
You've done good, Mom.
You did good, Rhonda. Off Script and Overcaffeinated, a novel, is available on Amazon.com.
And there's a companion piece.
And there's a companion piece, Off Script and Overcaffeinated, the journal, and there's all sorts of beautiful merch you can get from the merch shop.
I just ordered a pillow, and I'm so excited for it to come in. I can't even handle it.
I did a coffee ampersand pillow that says, coffee. Was it coffee?
Is it
faith? I can't remember. Theater.
It's like love and theater and coffee and dragons, I think.
Love and theater
like
and coffee and dragons.
Theater.
It was awesome. And
it was super cool.
I love the coffee and me sitting in a tree. That was one of my favorites. I ordered that for myself after I did that.
I saw that. That's awesome.
But I just love these girls. Such a creative. I love being able to feed off a creative team. It's just amazing to see these projects come together, and I really appreciate you, Kaylee. Appreciate your heart and your desire to just your desire that you've gotten from your mom to just take people under your wings and just grow them in their gifts to writing and their calling, and enjoy your comedic spirit. I think it's a gifting of humor. It should be one of the fruits of the spirit. I think that is your spiritual gift, making people laugh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you take care. So good talking to you today. And as I said, we'll put all the links.
Wonderful talking with you.
All right. Take care, Kaylee.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Kaylee. Yeah, we need to make sure folks check out her website, KayleeRay.com.
Yes.
Check out her blog.
Yes.
And look at events, because, she's speaking anywhere. If there's a book signing out there to go to, if it's in your neighborhood, man, get out there and meet her, meet her mom. They're just incredible people.
And they have all the other rom-com, Turtles in the Road, is also at boldvisionbooks.com. And you can also find that at Amazon.com. And we'll put that in the trailer. I actually worked on her book trailer, so we'll put that out there. Good. So it was just an awesome project. Well, Do you have a final natural solution,
Well,
Tom,
I
you want to
do.
get to?
I do, as a matter of fact. Suppress your appetite and boost your metabolism with this extra strength weight loss pill, Forskolin extract. Control your carb and sugar urges, and that's for me with my high blood sugars. I'm looking at all this wonderful stuff that you have here, and I want it so bad.
Exactly.
And re-energize yourself with this premium herbal antioxidant product. Forskolin extract is the best antioxidant weight loss product in the market. It's extracted from the Indian coleus plant with this premium pure extra strength pills. Forskolin is the #1 formula that works with diet and exercise to drop those extra pounds and lose weight. It'll cleanse your body from bad toxins while re-energizing you at the same time. Forskolin extract is available at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Well, on that note, I just going to leave a short PSA, actually, because I realized yesterday that my dogs love Skittles. So
I saw that on Facebook. Oh,
my
word.
dogs, I got home and they had dragged Skittles into the bed and they were kind of laying there. You know, we've been smelling the rainbow for a while. So keep your Skittles locked up.
Keep them secure.
Keep them secure, and you never know what those dogs will get into.
Yes.
Well, until next time, this is Amber
And this is Tom.
saying step into the sunshine and find something to celebrate today. Take care.
The shade.